Master?
No, can't do it. Can't just talk about that cutscene after the fact. We have to go back and analyze it. And I know this isn't the sort of thing you do in a Let's Play, but damn it, I have to talk about this. I can't just let it slide, alright? Alright, let's go back. Back to before the cutscene. Let's look at the end of the preceding level, shall we? Let's look at that. So I pick up the blue keycard and I open the door, right? This door right here. The one I'm holding on. You can clearly see on the left the two people who show up in the cutscene. Guy in the white suit, Tang, and the chick in the black catsuit, Banshee. They're both there, clearly visible as you walk in the room. So let's see what happens in the cutscene again. Oh look, Drake's suddenly facing the wrong way. Glad to know it's not just at the start of levels. Was there any communication between the cutscene artists and the level designers? This is just pathetic. And then, as if to rub the ineptitude in, Drake is immediately, and I mean immediately, killed by Banshee. 5 seconds. Bam! Down. And just to reiterate, this is now the 4th time Drake has actually died, and the 3rd due to his own goddamn stupidity. I'm not counting the random explosion in the fireworks factory. That was just something the writers pulled out of their arse. But the other 3, they were because Drake completely failed to live up to his claim of being a master assassin. And this was the most blatant example of that. He couldn't kill someone right in front of him! Okay, I think I'm good now. On with the actual Let's Play! Right, so one of the first things you'll notice about this level, apart from the fact that I know where all the enemies are, because this is something like the 8th time I've tried it, is that Drake now has some nifty bullet holes in him. This is because he's been forced back into his original body, the one that was originally killed when Serpentine first stole the artifact. Presumably by being shot a bunch of times. Yeah. I'll be honest, watching Drake run around and being able to see through his little bullet holes is actually kind of interesting, if utterly pointless, and even a little bit distracting at times. But still, it's interesting. Sort of. A little bit. Maybe. And now we get to hang around for a good 30 seconds while we wait for the elevator to move. Riveting stuff, I'm sure you'll agree. Let's talk about these guns I'm holding now. These are what I discovered to be pretty decent replacements for the default pistols, which were getting very outclassed by this point. I don't know what they're called, but they work exactly the same as the pistols, only they're more powerful. You just need to actually switch to them because the game still starts you off on each level with your default pistols. Yeah. Okay, if you look to your right, you might see a grenade just fly past me. Again, I've done this before a couple of times, so I know what to expect. But this section... Oh man, this section. A lot of precision jumping required on this bit. And in case you haven't noticed, that's not something this game does particularly well. And there was the other lift, blown up by the grenade. I don't think I was actually supposed to see that. Oh well. Now you get to watch me maneuver across some more lifts. Isn't this just enthralling? Who's using these lifts anyway? All they ever do is constantly go up and down. Can't imagine anyone's actually in them. Ugh. You know what? Screw it. Let's speed this up. I wouldn't normally fast through bits like this, but this really is the most boring crap ever. I'm just sitting here waiting for lifts to go up and down so I can ride them to the next one. For 2.5 minutes! Nothing exciting is happening. There's practically no enemies. It's just boring! The most cardinal sin a video game can commit. Ugh, this is just tedious, even sped up. Thank God it's almost over. Okay, back to normal speed. Oh, no, wait, we gotta wait for the lift to go down now. Jeez. Let's talk about the combat. Yeah, the enemies can take a lot more punishment now, and the new guns can only really do so much. This isn't like Max Payne or whatever, where headshots do more damage. Oh no, that'd be far too complicated for this game. There's no finesse or tactics to the battles, it's just shoot them until they die. And that's all you do in this game. Shoot things until they die. With no variation or breather sections. It's just constant, poorly programmed, utterly generic shooting. Oh, and the wall running. Can't forget the wall running, no matter how much I want to. Oh yes, of course, and the slow motion that makes the shooting really slow-paced and boring. Can't forget that either, since it's essential to making it through the game without dying a bazillion times. Joy of freaking joys. Now, unfortunately, FAP decided not to record the final few seconds of this level, so I'm going to have to summarise. After this gunfight, I run down a tunnel, and...
Where are they taking him? Got to make it to that truck. Soon, Master. Real soon.
Yeah, once again, sorry about that. I completely forgot that happened, and I am not replaying 13 levels of this game just to get 20 seconds of footage. I am not insane! Okay, so this level. I think of all the non-boss levels this game has, this one is probably my second least favourite. My actual least favourite will probably be in the next part of this Let's Play, but this one... Ooh. It's actually the second half of this level I despise, and you'll immediately know why when you see it, but... Eesh. Now that's not to say the first half of this level is any good either, because it's not. It's frustrating, but nowhere near as much later on. And once again, you see me completely fail at wall running. It's almost like the game was poorly programmed or something. The funny part is that these guns aren't even that much better than the powerful pistols I mentioned earlier. It's just pretty much routine for me by now. Going up here, shooting the guy on the left of the door, yada yada yada. Well, this is clearly not the first time I've played this level either. Which actually brings up an interesting question. If this is a Let's Play, why aren't I showing you all the times I failed and had to replay the level? Answer, because it would be really, really boring. See, I could show you my entire run through of this level, but since I actually die about, 6 times, was it? That means replaying the same section over and over again. Now, would you actually want to sit and watch that? I'm willing to bet the answer would be no. And here we are, the point where this level becomes a great big middle finger. Yep, flying enemies, with rocket launchers, and small catwalks you can easily fall off. To your death. You see the problem. When I do go out into the walkways, I just run past the enemies and try to get to the next room without taking much damage. It's only partially successful, but given the number of times I've tried to fight the flying gits and failed, it's easily the best course of action. And you've just seen me fall off there. Now, technically that should have killed me, but for some reason, sometimes the game makes me restart the level, and sometimes it just pops me back onto the walkway. The lack of consistency is astounding. Now, also annoying is how you have to wait for the doors to unlock before you can actually go in them. That's why I was jumping all around it. I was trying to avoid the rockets while I waited for the door to unlock. And here we go again. Can't remember how many of these there are. I suspect this is the last one. But in this one you can see I kinda get the pattern of dodging the rockets down. Now watch me put it into practice as I wait the 30 agonizing seconds for the door to unlock. Oh, there we go. God, that was frustrating. Yeah, I was right. This is the final room. Now, the goal is to reach the other side, where there's a platform. Oh, the fans! I forgot about the fans. You know, thinking about it, that's probably why the game let me live earlier. Ooh, getting hit by a rocket can seriously mess you up if you're not lucky. Right, now I want you to watch me kill this woman dead. Just remember it, because once again, that's not how the cutscene starts.
Huh? Master.
Search and destroy.
I'll restore your dignity.
Okay, first of all, this level is called Friends Turn to Foe. Yeah, that's foe singular. If you didn't guess that English is not the developer's primary language, that would give it away. Right, now this is a boss fight, and once I clear out the enemies in the upper catwalks, which doesn't take me much time at all, there are no tactics of any kind whatsoever. All you do for 2 slow, agonizing, time-consuming minutes is circle strafe. And if you're smart, like I am, you do so with machine guns, so you can just hold down both mouse buttons. That's it, you circle strafe him. There's no challenge to this, besides hoping you can do it before you fall asleep. It's just tedious. So you know what? Sod it. Bring back the yakety sax!
Master, I'll take you to the Serene Garden and your final rest.
Has someone close to you recently departed?
Hold on. Suddenly Tane's TV campaign for the souls of the city makes sense. He must be stopped. Master, this is the Serene Garden. You can rest here. Behold, the master of the 99 dragons.
Yes, we see the body, but not his soul.
I'll bring back his soul, but first I'll take care of Tang. There it is, Tane Towers, the most secure building in the city. I hope Tang is working the graveyard shift. They say there's no way to get around their security. I wonder... Peekaboo.
Oh, huzzah! It's a freaking sewer level. Actually, I do have to give the developers some sort of credit, because by placing this level smack in the middle of the game, they've ensured that you've invested enough in the story to actually put up with it. Although, since the game is fundamentally broken, you could just be insane. Or sadistic. Take your pick. Now, as you might have noticed by the brief blue tint to the screen, I was just given another new ability. Now, this one's essentially useless, but you're going to see me try it out a couple of times anyway. It's basically a really powerful melee attack you can activate if your health is over 100. Although, since your health will rarely be that high, you'll hardly ever get the chance to actually use it. Not that you'd want to, of course, since it's a melee attack in a shooter. This is it, by the way. I figured I'd use it just to show off what it looks like. Distinctly underwhelming, I think you'll agree. The reason I say you'll never get a chance to use it is because your standard maximum health is 99. Because, 99 dragons and all that. And while your health can go above that, it'll slowly drop back down to 99 anytime you do so. And since the only way to gain health is to kill enemies and collect their souls, chances are you'll be losing health in order to gain health, and it's just not a situation that's likely to happen very often, okay? And yes, despite there being absolutely no indication you need to do so, you had to shoot that console. Why? Because it inexplicably lets this happen. And judging by the souls, presumably there were innocent people on that train. So now we're not just playing an anti-hero, we're playing a flat-out murderer. I genuinely didn't think they could make me want to play this any less. But then again, I didn't expect to be forced to be a cold-blooded murderer either. This game just astounds me with every new level. And lasers! Yes, this is what increases the alarm count. Now this first section isn't too bad. You just need to do what I'm doing here, i.e. move very, very carefully. But it's the next set of lasers that screw you over with a rusty chainsaw. Let's watch and see how I fail, shall we? Oh, lovely. Now, yeah, technically I could have been a bit more careful, but really, by this point, I didn't care how I got through the game, as long as I actually did. Alarms be damned. And there's my tactic of going into slow motion whenever I enter a room. Now this usually pays off because the rooms are typically full of bad guys, but doing it when there's no one else in the room just makes me look silly. More so than usual, anyway. As I'm sure you've realised by now, the level design here is not exactly very good, but this room, this just takes the cake. Mines and spotlights and fire, oh my. I'm trying to be clever by running up the pipes and avoiding the mines, but the bad controls are crippling me here. I am so lucky I haven't blown myself up. Ah, la-di-da, over the pipes, avoid the spotlights, and done. I'm sorry, is that a pipe acting as a bridge between two doors? Seriously? Oh, and now we're outside again. Oh, and look, more lasers. Now, I could have been really sneaky here, but once again, the controls cripple me, and... Ah, well, never mind. I didn't really want to avoid the damn things anyway. Far too much work. Honestly, I didn't actually mean to jump onto the wall there. I was just pointing the camera towards the wall so I could see the laser better. But, you know what? I don't know why I'm trying to justify myself. This game is crap. End of. Now, if that count gets to 3, you will automatically fail the level. As you can imagine, though, anything that automatically makes you fail the level is a big gaming no-no. And now we're back inside. What exactly was the point of that interlude? Could we not have entered the level from that outside point? It's clearly a viable entrance, and then we wouldn't have had to blow up a train full of people! Oh. Now, if you're counting, you'll realise that I only need to set off one more alarm before I'm forced to restart the level, and I really don't want to do that, so I am taking my time here. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot I can say to make this interesting. Sorry. Oh look, new enemies! You know, I always wonder why games don't let you kill enemies quicker when you shoot them in the head. Well, I suppose it's better than realistic shooters, I guess. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. And more tripwires, which I haven't a hope in hell of going through. So, since I don't know where else to go, I'm just going to go wandering around, and I find people. I shoot people. I find consoles. I shoot consoles. Rinse and repeat. Maybe I can puzzle over why the consoles explode when you shoot them. What exactly would be the logistics of that? Really, how would it work? That's a query for you. Are they just made with nitroglycerin or something? I don't know. Okay, and with all the consoles blown up, the lasers have gone. Huzzah! Let's try and get to that upper level now. Ah, jeez, bloody wall running. Oh, God, that was a pain in the ass. Stupid walls are the bane of my existence in this game. Oh look, more things to shoot. Let's get these out of the way quickly, and... oh, for Christ's sake. You know what? Fine. Okay, let's just see how I screwed this up. Son of a bitch! Okay, you know what? I don't care. The level is over. Done.
Now this elevator should take me straight into the heart of Tane Towers. Going up